What's up everybody, I'm Brian. Today I've got some cabinet LED strips that I want to show you. We're going to automate them on an iPad in HomeKit today.
This right here is the VOCOlinc light strip. This is the LS2. It's the newest one, it's the updated one from the LS1. This is a very nice light strip. It uses Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz. It's multicolor and it's 6 feet long. They also sell an extension so you can add another 6 feet to it. Now you can use their app, which you can download from the App Store or the Google Play Store, but this does work with Alexa, HomeKit, and Google Play, which is really nice. Once you cut into the box, you're greeted with a smile. And right on the paper there, you can see right there, HomeKit, and that's what we're going to be using, along with the others you can use, but we're using HomeKit. Now that is the first box there is the 6-foot strip, the LED strip, the colored strip. This does come with the button. You can mount that underneath the cabinet with the provided hardware. That's it, you can have a physical button underneath the cabinet if you're gonna mount it there. And then of course the power cord. Easy to use setup. And of course the directions are in there as well. So as we move over to the iPad for HomeKit, they make it really easy, and there right underneath my thumb is a QR code to bring all this into HomeKit so we can control it right over here, like these lights here. Now you get a sneak peek of some of the stuff I'm working on with HomeKit. I've got a really cool thing for the iPad that was going to help control everything and be able to be used by everyone in the house. I'm going to have a nice spot for it over there. Not for the dog, but somewhere over there, and it's going to be really cool. So stay tuned to that. Right now we're going to be able to just install this into HomeKit. And all you have to do is press the plus button up there, add accessory, and it pulls up the camera. Right now it's going to see the towel. All you have to do is scan that code and it puts it right in there. And I'm going to do that obviously off camera. So now that I've scanned that, this pops up, add the light, and oops, cancel. Exit setup. I'm an idiot. First thing you have to do is plug this in. All right, yes, I'm an idiot. I got way ahead of myself. You got to plug it in first and then do that, because then it's looking for it. I'm a little stupid. Okay, so now that I've got them plugged in, you go to the plus button, add accessory again. Same thing. Now I hit add the light, and now it's going to try to connect to the light system here. And this will probably flash once it is connected. You got to stay nearby the light, by the controller. It is just plugged into the outlet that's in the island here, making it really easy to do. Oh, there we go. It flashed and it's ready to go. And this should not take that much longer, and then we'll be able to set this one up. I'll do the same thing to the other one and they'll be in here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I got a notification from my Wi-Fi system, that'll be coming up soon too, of a new device. So in here we could set it to kitchen, and we can rename this, but we're going to, for right now, so I know which one it is, I'm just going to put right, because that's going to be on the right side of the cabinet. We'll name it later. Inside HomeKit, it actually has suggested things for you already to do. But we're going to do something a little different with this. But now it's added to HomeKit, and it's right there. So we can turn this off. We can turn it on. We can long press on this, and we can turn it up. Or we can change its color. And that's just the basic things you could do. We're going to do a lot more with it later on. So I've already installed one of the strips up on top here. And the way I did that, every range that you have over your stove has an outlet right up inside here for, well, I guess if you have a microwave there as well, you'll have an outlet right up there. So that was not focused the whole time? So right up inside the cabinet here, I took a splitter, and I still have the bottom half for the range, because the range needs a little bit more power than these lights do. LEDs barely use any power. And all that is doing is running straight up and behind the shelves, poking out the side. I just drilled a hole through the side, and when you get up to the top, you can't see that because the crown molding there is hiding everything, which is really great. You don't see anything, and then you just run the strip there, tack it down, or not tack it down, it comes with, it's self-adhesive, so you go just put it right down there. Now they do sell this kit where an extension, so you can extend from there all the way farther, but since the power's in the middle, I'm gonna have to bring out that side and run over onto the other side. So I have to get two of them. There's really not that much difference in price between the two, but I think it's gonna look really good. And if you're wondering, those are cakes. It's my daughter's birthday, and I'm making her a red velvet cake. So that's what I'm gonna do to this side. I'm not really this tall. This is a tall ceiling, but I'm standing on top of the countertop. Don't tell Karen, she'll get mad. Let's jump down. What I'm using this for is I have this timed in the morning. So this turns on before we come down. And once I get some motion sensors, I'm gonna hook those to a motion. So when we get up in the morning, they'll turn on automatically. So they're not coming on when we're still sleeping. But that turns on and that puts enough light in here so we can get our coffee in the morning. And there's just enough ambient light. We don't have to turn these, even though these are LEDs, we don't have to turn these 4 lights on or these 2 LEDs here. It's a nice light. It's a yellow light in the morning, so it's not really straining on your eyes. Helps you wake up, helps that coffee do its work. Coffee does its work, it makes you poop. Anyway, you know what I mean, you wake up. So I'm gonna clear the data on this. I'm gonna hold this down for 5 seconds. And the lights flashed. You didn't see them because but they flashed, and now everything's cleared off of there. And now I'm going to delete that from, well, they just came back on because they powered back on. So now I'm gonna delete that from HomeKit, install the other one, and add them back into HomeKit and be able to program them at the same time together in one scene. I tried this before with the app, and I have a scene going on top of the HomeKit scene, but you can use Alexa with this, you can use all those other things, you can use just the app if you want to. So that's what's really nice about this kit. It doesn't have to just be HomeKit. All right, so let's program these lights. Right now I have the 2 lights here, and if we pop them up, we can change the color and the brightness if we wanted to. Right now there'll be 2 different colors. I mean, you can see right over there. That looks kind of funky. But we want to schedule these things. So what we want to do is go into automations, and we want to start a new automation, and we want to do a time of day. What I want to do for these lights, when we come downstairs, I want the lights on in the morning. So it's actually going to be a time of day, and I want to change this to 5. We usually get up at 5:30 or right around there, PM. Make sure you change that. Eventually, when I have a motion sensor in the hallway, I can program that to turn these on when the action occurs in the morning between certain times. So for right now, it's going to be 5 o'clock, 5:30. This is when it asks what lights. So these are the 2 lights. We want to have those on. Then we go to next. And then this is where we can change them. So I want them to be, the percent is up there. Let's go to 50%. See how those are at 50%, if I can get to 50%. And then in the morning, I kind of want to wake up a little bit. So I kind of want a bluish light. So I think that's going to be good. And let's go to this one here. And of course not green. And then we'll get that one to 50% as well, hopefully. There we go. Turn off never. I want to actually have this turn off after a certain time, but we can do an automation for that as well. So now what we can do is, since this is here, we can test the automation. And, well, you didn't see it, but and that's what it'll look like in the morning. Nice bright white or a blue. It actually looks purple on the screen, but it's a nice light pale blue. But let's do something a little different with this. This will turn off after 2 hours, but what if we just do this? Let's go to never, and then let's set up a different automation for these. So what we want to do, time of day, and let's do sunrise. We want at sunrise something to happen every single day. We're going to focus on these 2 lights. We're going to go to next, and we're going to turn those off. Now at sunrise every day, these are going to turn off. So this is going to be really good because as the days get longer and longer, this is going to adjust. So now these are going to turn off at sunrise. And sunrise, it should be bright enough in the house and I don't have to do anything. And we can test that, and they did turn off. So really cool. But now let's do another one. Let's go to another time of day and sunset. I want these to come on at sunset. We have the sunsets behind the kitchen here. So I actually want to adjust that a little bit and go to 15 minutes after sunset, because it's still kind of bright 15 minutes after sunset in the kitchen here. So we're going to turn those on. We're going to hit next. We're going to do those 2 lights again. And we're going to turn this on to,
We want these a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna try to get it to 80%. And let's do kind of a pale color, almost like a sunset color. I'd like that. If you wanted to, you can get in here, hold that down, and you can adjust the color a little bit. But since I have two lights here, it's gonna be kind of a little tricky. So I'm going to, oops. So I kind of want them the same on here. It's really hard to get them two the same. So if you just had one light, yeah, you can do that. So let's get this one, turn that on. We go to the color, and then we go to 80%. Ooh, there we go. Now this is set up. Now I'm gonna hit test automation so you can see. And they came on and changed the color. It's almost like a white still. Although again, it looks purple in the camera. It's a nice color up there. I think that'll look good at sunset, and I can always adjust them just by going through this. But these don't turn off yet, so we want to turn those off, or I will set this up as a good night setting, which will turn off when I go to bed. Everything will turn off. There's so much more you can do with HomeKit and the automations, and I'm going to be telling you more about those, especially with motion sensors and things like that in the next coming videos. So subscribe to the channel. Hope you enjoyed this, and get out there and get your lights. There's a link down below from where I got them on Amazon. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you.